What happens when one of Hollywood's biggest stars walks onto a daytime talk show expecting a friendly conversation and ends up in one of the most uncomfortable exchanges the audience has seen all season? Make sure to subscribe to the Star Talks and like and comment for more talk show coverage. Whoopi Goldberg, Ben Affleck is joining us today. He's here to talk about his new project, his work behind the camera, and everything else he's been busy with. Please welcome Ben Affleck. Audience applause. Ben Affleck, thank you. Thank you. It's good to be here. Whoopi Goldberg, good to have you back. Ben Affleck, it's always nice to be here. Joy Behar, you say that now. Audience laughter. Ben Affleck, well, let's see how the next 20 minutes go. Audience, laughter and applause. Sunny Hostin, that's a dangerous thing to say on this show. Ben Affleck, I know exactly where I am. Whoopi Goldberg, smart man. The conversation begins comfortably. Ben discusses his latest film, working with younger actors and balancing directing with acting. Alyssa Farah Griffin, you've been in this business for decades now. Do you still get nervous when a movie comes out? Ben Affleck, absolutely. Anybody who says they don't is lying. You spend years making something, and then suddenly everybody gets to tell you what they think. Sarah Haynes, including social media. Ben Affleck, especially social media. Audience laughter. Whoopi Goldberg, do you read comments? Ben Affleck, less than I used to. Joy Behar, that's probably healthier. Ben Affleck, it definitely is. The audience laughs again. Everything feels relaxed. The hosts smile. Ben appears comfortable. Then the discussion shifts. Sunny Hostin, you've been pretty open recently about how fame affects people. Do you think celebrities sometimes complain too much about attention when it's part of the job? Ben pauses. Ben Affleck, depends on the situation. Sunny Hostin, because a lot of people watching at home would say, you have money, success, opportunities. They might struggle to sympathize. Ben Affleck, that's fair. But I don't think having success means you're no longer a human being. Audience, light applause. Sunny Hostin, sure, but sometimes celebrities sound disconnected from ordinary people. Ben Affleck, sometimes that's true. Sometimes it's not. Whoopi Goldberg, the reality is people only see a small piece of somebody's life. Ben Affleck, exactly. The conversation continues, but viewers can sense the tone changing. Sunny Hostin, you've had years where the media followed you everywhere. Do you think some celebrities also help create that attention? Ben shifts in his chair. Ben Affleck, what do you mean? Sunny Hostin, public relationships, public appearances, interviews about personal lives. Ben Affleck, well, sometimes you're just living your life. Sunny Hostin, but sometimes those moments are intentional too. Ben Affleck, maybe occasionally. But most of the time people are trying to get coffee or pick up their kids. Audience, scattered applause. Whoopi nods but decides to push further. Whoopi Goldberg, the public sees celebrities benefiting from publicity one day and criticizing it the next. That's where some confusion comes from. Ben Affleck, I understand that perspective. Whoopi Goldberg, do you? Ben Affleck, yeah, I do. Whoopi Goldberg, because a lot of people don't buy that argument. The audience becomes noticeably quieter. Ben Affleck, I didn't say they had to. Whoopi Goldberg, but doesn't that come with the territory? Ben smiles, but the smile looks strained. Ben Affleck, there's a difference between public interest and constant scrutiny. Whoopi Goldberg, public figures have always been scrutinized. Ben Affleck, not like today. Sunny Hostin, social media changed everything. Ben Affleck, exactly. Whoopi Goldberg, but you still choose to participate in an industry built on attention. Ben Affleck, that's true. Whoopi Goldberg, so where do you draw the line? Ben leans forward. Ben Affleck, I draw the line at assuming that success means somebody deserves unlimited intrusion into their life. Audience applause. Joy Behar, that's a fair point. Whoopi Goldberg, nobody said unlimited. Ben Affleck, that's often how it works in practice. Whoopi Goldberg, you're talking about tabloids. Ben Affleck, I'm talking about the culture around celebrity. The energy in the studio changes. The audience senses a genuine disagreement developing. Sarah Haynes notices it too. Sarah Haynes, I think both things can be true. People can be interested in celebrities while also respecting boundaries. Ben Affleck, that's exactly what I'm saying. Whoopi Goldberg, but the audience also feels ownership sometimes because celebrities make a living from public attention. Ben Affleck, ownership is a strong word. Whoopi Goldberg, is it? Ben pauses. Ben Affleck, yeah. I think that's actually the problem. Audience, mixed reactions. Sunny Hostin glances toward Whoopi. Joy Behar raises an eyebrow. For the first time, Ben looks visibly frustrated. Whoopi Goldberg. So you're saying the public has no role in your success? Ben Affleck. That's not what I said. Whoopi Goldberg. That's what it sounds like. Ben Affleck. No, it's not. Whoopi Goldberg. Then explain it. The room becomes quiet. Ben takes a breath. Ben Affleck. I'm saying appreciation isn't ownership. Audience applause. Whoopi Goldberg. But nobody said ownership. Ben Affleck. You literally just used the word. Audience, audible reaction. Joy Behar. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Audience laughter. Whoopi smiles slightly. Whoopi Goldberg. Fair enough. But Ben doesn't seem amused anymore. Ben Affleck. I think sometimes conversations like this reduce people to headlines. Whoopi Goldberg. That's not what we're doing. Ben Affleck. Maybe not intentionally. Whoopi Goldberg. Then what are you saying? Ben Affleck. I'm saying there's a tendency to dismiss concerns because somebody happens to be famous. The audience applauds again. Whoopi remains focused. Whoopi Goldberg. Or maybe there's a tendency for famous people to think they're facing problems nobody else understands. The audience reacts immediately. Some applaud. Others go silent. Ben stares at the table for a second before looking back at Whoopi. Ben Affleck. I don't think that's what I said at all. Whoopi Goldberg. Then tell me what you're saying. Ben's expression tightens. The atmosphere has clearly shifted from a friendly interview into a genuine debate. And for the first time during the segment, it looks like Ben Affleck is beginning to lose his patience. Audience, nervous murmurs. Joy Behar. Well, this got interesting. Audience, laughter mixed with applause. Ben Affleck, yeah. It did. Ben Affleck, yeah. It did. The audience laughs nervously, but the tension doesn't disappear. Whoopi Goldberg. Look, I'm not trying to attack you. Ben Affleck, I know. Whoopi Goldberg. I'm asking because a lot of viewers feel disconnected when celebrities talk about pressure. Ben Affleck, and I understand that. Whoopi Goldberg, do you? Ben Affleck, yes, I do. Whoopi Goldberg, because sometimes it sounds like celebrities want sympathy without accountability. Ben leans back in his chair. Ben Affleck, accountability for what? The audience reacts immediately. Whoopi Goldberg, for participating in a system that rewards attention. Ben Affleck, everybody participates in systems. Audience applause. Sunny Hostin, that's true. Whoopi Goldberg, but not everybody benefits from them in the same way. Ben Affleck, of course not. Whoopi Goldberg. So people naturally expect a different level of responsibility. Ben Affleck, responsibility is one thing. Constant judgment is another. Sarah Haynes. That's an important distinction. Whoopi nods but doesn't let go of the point. Whoopi Goldberg, but public figures influence culture. Ben Affleck, sure. Whoopi Goldberg, you influence people. Ben Affleck, maybe. Joy Behar. That's the most modest answer you've given all day. Audience laughter. Ben smiles briefly. The tension eases for a second. Then Sunny jumps in. Sunny Hostin, let me ask it differently. Do you think celebrities sometimes underestimate how difficult life is for average people? Ben pauses. Ben Affleck, sometimes yes. Sunny Hostin, so there is a disconnect. Ben Affleck, there can be. Sunny Hostin. Then why should viewers feel bad when celebrities complain about attention? Ben exhales slowly. Ben Affleck, because empathy isn't a limited resource. Audience applause. Sunny Hostin, that's a good answer. Ben Affleck, I don't think somebody else's struggle becomes invalid because somebody else has different problems. Whoopi Goldberg, nobody's saying it becomes invalid. Ben Affleck, then we're agreeing. Whoopi Goldberg, not completely. Audience laughter. Joy Behar, here we go. Whoopi smiles. Whoopi Goldberg. What I'm saying is that sometimes celebrities speak as if they're victims of a system that also made them rich and powerful. Ben's expression changes again. Ben Affleck, you can benefit from something and still criticize parts of it. Whoopi Goldberg, sure. Ben Affleck, that's true in every profession. Whoopi Goldberg, fair. Ben Affleck, so why is it controversial when actors do it? Audience applause. Sunny Hostin, that's actually a fair question. Alyssa Farah Griffin, I think people see entertainment as voluntary. Ben Affleck, most jobs are voluntary. Alyssa Farah Griffin, not always. Ben Affleck, fair point. The audience appreciates the exchange. For a moment, the discussion becomes more balanced. Then Whoopi circles back. Whoopi Goldberg, let me ask you something directly. Ben Affleck, okay. Whoopi Goldberg, do you think the media has treated you unfairly? Ben laughs softly. Ben Affleck, that's a dangerous question. Audience laughter. Whoopi Goldberg, why? Ben Affleck, because no matter how I answer, somebody gets mad. Audience, laughter and applause. Whoopi Goldberg, that's probably true. Ben Affleck, look, there have been unfair stories. There have also been accurate stories. Whoopi Goldberg, that's honest. Ben Affleck, but people often assume they know everything about a person's life because they read a headline. Whoopi Goldberg comes with the territory. Ben immediately looks back at her. Ben Affleck, there it is again. Audience, audible reaction. Whoopi Goldberg, what? Ben Affleck comes with the territory. Whoopi Goldberg, because it does. Ben Affleck. That's the phrase people use to justify almost anything. The audience becomes very quiet. Whoopi Goldberg, no, it's not. Ben Affleck, it absolutely is. Whoopi Goldberg, Ben. Ben Affleck, no, seriously. Whoopi Goldberg, go ahead. Ben Affleck, every time someone talks about privacy, mental health, family boundaries, the answer is always, well, you signed up for it. Audience applause. Ben Affleck, nobody signs up for every possible consequence. Sunny Hostin, that's true. Whoopi Goldberg, but public attention is part of the agreement. Ben Affleck, to a point. Whoopi Goldberg, who decides that point? Ben Affleck, common sense. Audience applause. Whoopi Goldberg, common sense isn't exactly common these days. Audience laughter. Ben smiles briefly. Ben Affleck, that's probably the truest thing said all morning. Audience, laughter and applause. The exchange earns a laugh, but the underlying disagreement remains. Joy notices it. Joy Behar, you two actually agree on more than you're admitting. Whoopi Goldberg, maybe. Ben Affleck, maybe. Joy Behar. The problem is neither of you wants to give the other the last word. Audience laughter. Whoopi laughs. Ben laughs too. But then Whoopi asks another question. Whoopi Goldberg, let me push once more. Audience laughter. Ben Affleck, I knew that was coming. Whoopi Goldberg, if fame creates problems, why do so many people keep chasing it? Ben looks surprised. Ben Affleck, that's not really why most actors become actors. Whoopi Goldberg, some do. Ben Affleck, some do. Whoopi Goldberg, a lot do. Ben Affleck, maybe now. Whoopi Goldberg, you don't think so? Ben Affleck, I think most people start because they love storytelling. Whoopi Goldberg, and the fame. Ben Affleck, usually comes later. Whoopi Goldberg, but nobody complains when the rewards arrive. The audience reacts. A few people clap. Others groan. Ben's smile disappears completely. Ben Affleck, that's not really fair. Whoopi Goldberg, why not? Ben Affleck, because you're reducing an entire profession to its perks. Whoopi Goldberg, I'm questioning the complaints. Ben Affleck, and I'm saying you're ignoring the complexity. The audience suddenly grows very quiet. Sunny looks from Ben to Whoopi. Sarah shifts in her seat. Even Joy stops smiling. Whoopi Goldberg, I'm not ignoring anything. Ben Affleck, it feels like you are. Whoopi Goldberg, well, that's your opinion. Ben Affleck, it is. Whoopi Goldberg, and my opinion is that public figures often want special treatment. Audience, mixed applause. Ben stares at Whoopi for a moment. The frustration that's been building throughout the interview is now visible to everyone watching. Ben Affleck, nobody's asking for special treatment. Whoopi Goldberg, some people are. Ben Affleck, I'm not. Whoopi Goldberg, I didn't say you were. Ben Affleck, it sure sounds like you are. Audience, loud reaction. Joy Behar, okay, now we're definitely live television. Audience, laughter. Whoopi remains calm. Ben remains composed. But the atmosphere is unmistakably tense. For several seconds, nobody interrupts. Nobody jokes. Nobody changes the subject. The audience can feel that the conversation has crossed from debate into something much more personal. And Ben looks like he's finally reached the point where he's ready to stop being diplomatic. The studio is noticeably quieter now. Even audience members who had been laughing throughout the segment seem unsure of what will happen next. Whoopi Goldberg, nobody's trying to make this personal. Ben Affleck, I know. Whoopi Goldberg, then why does it feel like you're taking it personally? Ben pauses. Ben Affleck, because we're talking about real people. Whoopi Goldberg, of course we are. Ben Affleck, no, I mean real people. Not celebrities. Not headlines. Not public figures. People. Audience applause. Whoopi Goldberg, I don't disagree with that. Ben Affleck, then we're closer to agreement than it sounds. Whoopi Goldberg, maybe. Sunny Hostin, I think what viewers are responding to is that everybody feels judged nowadays. Ben nods. Ben Affleck, exactly. Sunny Hostin, social media judges celebrities. It judges regular people. It judges everybody. Ben Affleck, that's true. Whoopi Goldberg, but criticism isn't new. Ben Affleck, no. The scale is. Audience applause. Sarah Haynes, that's probably the biggest difference. Ben Affleck, 100%. Whoopi Goldberg, so is the solution less attention? Ben Affleck, the solution is more humanity. Audience applause. Whoopi Goldberg, that's a nice answer. Ben Affleck, it's also the honest answer. Whoopi Goldberg, but it's vague. Ben Affleck, humanity is vague? Audience laughter. Whoopi smiles. Whoopi Goldberg, you know what I mean. Ben Affleck, no, I actually don't. Audience, audible reaction. The room grows tense again. Joy Behar, we are really doing this today. Audience laughter. Whoopi Goldberg, what I'm saying is that everybody wants humanity when they're being criticized. Ben Affleck, fair. Whoopi Goldberg, but not everybody offers it when they're in positions of influence. Ben Affleck, also fair. Whoopi Goldberg, so shouldn't public figures be held to a higher standard? Ben Affleck, sure. Whoopi Goldberg, then why does criticism bother them so much? Ben leans forward. Ben Affleck, because being held accountable and being constantly attacked aren't the same thing. Audience applause. Whoopi Goldberg, nobody's defending attacks. Ben Affleck, but we normalize them. The audience reacts again. Whoopi Goldberg, I don't normalize them. Ben Affleck, maybe not intentionally. Whoopi Goldberg, there you go again. Ben Affleck, because it's true. Whoopi Goldberg, you keep suggesting people are part of a problem they're not creating. Ben Affleck, we all contribute to culture. Audience applause. Whoopi Goldberg, including you. Ben Affleck, absolutely. Whoopi Goldberg, so you've contributed too. Ben Affleck, of course I have. Whoopi Goldberg, then why are we acting like celebrities are powerless? Ben Affleck, nobody said powerless. Whoopi Goldberg, that's how it sounds. Ben Affleck, no, that's how you're choosing to interpret it. Audience, loud reaction. Joy Behar, okay. Sunny Hostin, wow. Sarah Haynes glances toward the audience. The crowd can feel the tension reaching another level. Whoopi sits back slightly. Whoopi Goldberg, that's a pretty strong statement. Ben Affleck, we're having a direct conversation. Whoopi Goldberg, we are. Ben Affleck, you asked. Whoopi Goldberg, and you answered. Ben Affleck, exactly. For a moment, nobody speaks. The silence itself becomes uncomfortable. Audience members shift in their seats. Then Whoopi breaks it. Whoopi Goldberg, let me ask you this. Ben Affleck, okay. Whoopi Goldberg, do you think you're getting angry? Audience, nervous laughter. Ben smiles briefly. Ben Affleck, I think I'm getting frustrated. Whoopi Goldberg, why? Ben Affleck, because I feel like I'm answering one question and being told I answered a different one. Audience applause. Sunny Hostin, I can understand that feeling. Whoopi Goldberg, that's not what I'm trying to do. Ben Affleck, I believe you. Whoopi Goldberg, then where's the frustration coming from? Ben exhales. Ben Affleck, because every point seems to come back to the idea that success cancels out legitimate concerns. Whoopi Goldberg, I never said that. Ben Affleck, maybe not directly. Whoopi Goldberg, but you heard it that way. Ben Affleck, yes. Whoopi Goldberg, that's different. Ben shakes his head slightly. Ben Affleck, not really. Audience, mixed reactions. Joy Behar. This is the part where everybody starts arguing about what everybody else meant. Audience, laughter. Ben laughs. Whoopi laughs. The tension breaks for a few seconds. Then Sunny steps in. Sunny Hostin, I actually think both of you are making valid points. Whoopi Goldberg, that's probably true. Ben Affleck, I agree. Sunny Hostin, you're talking about empathy. Whoopi Goldberg, right. Sunny Hostin, and Whoopi's talking about accountability. Ben Affleck, also right. Sunny Hostin, those ideas don't cancel each other out. Audience applause. For the first time in several minutes, the conversation appears to be settling down. But then a comment from the audience changes everything. A voice near the front of the crowd shouts, "Audience member, you still have it better than most people." The studio immediately reacts. Some audience members clap. Others groan. The hosts look surprised. Whoopi raises her eyebrows. Ben looks toward the audience member. For a moment, nobody says anything. Whoopi Goldberg, "Well, that's certainly direct." Audience laughter. Ben smiles awkwardly. But the smile disappears quickly. Ben Affleck, "Maybe I do." The audience quiets down. Ben Affleck, "Maybe I absolutely do." Whoopi watches carefully. Ben Affleck, "But that's kind of my point." Audience becomes silent. Ben Affleck, "Having advantages doesn't mean your experiences stop being real." Audience applause. Ben Affleck, "It doesn't mean your family matters less." Ben Affleck, "It doesn't mean your struggles automatically become meaningless." Audience, strong applause. Whoopi Goldberg, "Nobody said meaningless." Ben Affleck, "I know." Whoopi Goldberg, "Then what are you upset about?" Ben pauses. For several seconds, he doesn't answer. The audience waits. The hosts wait. Finally, Ben responds. Ben Affleck, "Because I think sometimes people only allow empathy to move in one direction." The audience erupts into applause. Sunny nods. Sarah nods. Even Joy appears thoughtful. Whoopi remains silent. For the first time all segment, she doesn't immediately respond. The tension is still there. But now it feels less like a debate and more like two people genuinely struggling to convince each other. And as the commercial break approaches, viewers can tell the conversation is far from over. The audience applauds while producers signal that time is running short. But everyone in the studio knows the most important part of the discussion is still ahead. The audience applauds while producers signal that time is running short. But everyone in the studio knows the most important part of the discussion is still ahead. Whoopi Goldberg, "We've got a couple minutes left before we go." Ben Affleck, "Okay." Whoopi Goldberg, "I want to make sure people understand something." Ben looks over. Whoopi Goldberg, "We may disagree about parts of this conversation, but disagreement isn't disrespect." Audience applause. Ben nods. Ben Affleck, "I agree with that." Whoopi Goldberg, "Good." Ben Affleck, "I never thought you were being disrespectful." Whoopi Goldberg, "Some viewers might think otherwise." Ben Affleck, "Well, viewers don't get to hear every conversation that happens before a show or during commercial breaks." Audience, light laughter. Whoopi Goldberg, "That's true." Ben Affleck, "We can disagree without hating each other." Audience applause. Sunny Hostin, "That's becoming a lost art these days." Ben Affleck, "It really is." Joy Behar, "You're telling me." Audience laughter. The tension that had dominated the conversation begins to ease. But Whoopi has one final question. Whoopi Goldberg, "Looking back at this conversation right now, what do you want people to take away from it?" Ben pauses. The audience becomes quiet again. Ben Affleck, "I think I'd want people to remember that empathy shouldn't depend on somebody's job title." Audience applause. Ben Affleck, "You don't have to agree with someone to recognize that their experiences are real." Whoopi listens carefully. Ben Affleck, "And I think that's true whether you're a celebrity, a teacher, a construction worker, a nurse, or anybody else." Audience, strong applause. Sunny Hostin, "That's fair." Sarah Haynes, "Very fair." Whoopi nods. Whoopi Goldberg, "I can agree with that." The audience applauds again. Ben smiles. For the first time in nearly 20 minutes, the conversation feels relaxed. Then Joy jumps in. Joy Behar, "So nobody's storming off stage today?" Audience, laughter. Ben Affleck, "Not unless you ask me another question." Audience, loud laughter and applause. Whoopi laughs. Whoopi Goldberg, "See, now he's joking again." Ben Affleck, "Barely." Audience, laughter. The segment ends with smiles, handshakes, and applause. But the story doesn't end when the cameras stop rolling. Within minutes of the show airing, clips from the exchange begin spreading online. Viewers immediately split into two camps. Some believe Ben made important points about empathy, privacy, and public scrutiny. Others argue that Whoopi was right to challenge celebrities about privilege and accountability. Social media platforms fill with reactions. One viewer posts, "Ben Affleck stayed calm longer than I expected." Another writes, "Whoopi asked the questions a lot of people were thinking." Others focus on the moment when Ben pushed back against the phrase, "comes with the territory." That clip quickly becomes the most shared moment from the interview. Thousands of comments debate whether fame automatically requires accepting every consequence that comes with public attention. Entertainment websites pick up the story. Talk show fans begin analyzing every moment of the discussion. Some viewers praise the hosts for refusing to avoid disagreement. Others praise Ben for standing his ground. What many people agree on is that the conversation felt real. There were no prepared speeches, no obvious talking points, no dramatic walkout, no screaming match, just a genuine disagreement between people with different perspectives. According to audience members who later discussed the taping online, the atmosphere in the studio remained professional after the segment ended. Several viewers noted that Ben and the hosts appeared friendly during the commercial break that followed. While opinions about the debate remained divided, many viewers appreciated that neither side completely backed down. Instead, both continued defending their views while still respecting the conversation. In the days that followed, clips continued gaining attention. Comment sections remained active. Podcast hosts discussed the exchange. Entertainment commentators debated who made the stronger argument. Some said Ben won the debate. Others said Whoopi did. Many viewers concluded that there wasn't really a winner at all. The reason the conversation attracted so much attention was because both sides expressed ideas that resonated with different audiences. That's what made the discussion memorable. Not the tension, not the disagreement, but the fact that it reflected a larger conversation happening far beyond one television studio. Audience members who attended the taping later described it as one of the most engaging discussions they'd seen on the show in a long time. And long after the episode ended, viewers were still debating the same questions. How much privacy should public figures expect? How much accountability comes with fame? And can people disagree passionately without turning disagreement into hostility? Those questions continued generating discussion long after the cameras stopped rolling. And that's exactly why moments like this keep audiences talking. What do you think? Was Ben Affleck right? Was Whoopi Goldberg right? Or did both sides make valid points? Share your opinion in the comments and subscribe to the Star Talks for more real talk show stories.